That's a crazy question. Ooh, nice. What the fuck? That one is way hotter than the rest.
So what does it sound like? Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Spicy Nugs, where we ask spicy questions with even spicier nuggets. Today I'm joined with Ruel Williams, mathematician, powerlifter, and arguably the most talented musician I know on campus. How's it going, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. So you know the format of Hot Ones. We're basically the same thing. If you get through all these nuggets, I will give you $10 at the end and a chance to plug anything of your choice.
Look here, a bit scared, but we'll go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So Ruel, you're a mathematician.
Correct.
What's your favorite number?
That's a crazy question. If I had to say off the top of my head, okay, so I do have like a favorite like normal number, which would be like 7. I don't know, it just like looks sexy, like 7. I don't know, it feels like
Bend it like Beckham.
that too. But like I could also be like just basic and be like pi. I was watching like a video the other day on like how pi can vary depending on this thing. You can define like a metric distances between objects in space, and depending on how you define that metric, the value of pi changes. And I thought that was like pretty like fucking cool. So I was like, yo,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So yeah, wow.
This is not that bad. It's pretty easy. I think I got this.
Well, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Have you heard of "Man's Not Hot" by Michael DePaul?
If it man's not hot, as in like the black British guy who does like man's not hot thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you know that famous phrase, 2 + 2 is 4 - 1.
That's 3 quick maths. Everyday man's on the block. Smoke trees.
That's right. So as someone who is a mathematician but also
Yes.
is really, really involved in music,
Yes.
how do you find a balance between the two, and how do you think, I mean, "Man's Not Hot" is a very, very like crude way of looking at that.
Yeah.
But how do you say like you blend the two?
That is a very good question, and it's a question I kind of have to ask myself every day, because like it's hard to balance the time to like put in work into your studies but also like creating music. I think what I've found is to understand that like the two domains kind of help each other separately. Like the creativity I express in music helps with the creativity I need to like solve difficult math problems, but also the rigidity of math, the procedural like kind of behavior also helps with music in terms of, I don't know, mixing, mastering, or just like composing something, thinking, okay, cool, these are the steps I need to follow. In terms of time management, I always like kind of think of myself as being in different eras, if that makes sense. Sometimes in my life I focus more on math, sometimes I focus more on music. I'll never like totally neglect one or the other, because they're both like equal passions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You want to go on to the second wing?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Did I miss the cheers to the first one? That's crazy.
It's all good. It's all good. This one tastes pretty good.
This is pretty good. This one is hotter, but this is definitely like still like,
What kind of food do you eat back when you're in the Caribbean? And for the viewers, like, where are you from?
Okay. So I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. That is small twin island republic. The southernmost nation of the Caribbean. Is right on top of Venezuela. I have that speech like prepared every time someone asks me that question, because they like some people know about Trinidad, but other people don't really know like where it is, or like I've gotten questions like, oh my god, like where in Africa are you from? I'm like, what? Anyway. But yeah, so in Caribbean, our cuisine is like a mixture of West African cuisine and Indian cuisine. Because like our
Indian?
population,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of our population is of East Indian descent. So like some popular foods that we have in Trinidad are like roti. We also have this very popular vegan dish, which is like amazing. It's called doubles. It's like you have like these 2 flatbreads, which is why it's called doubles, because it's like 2.
It's also a math term. Is that a coincidence?
And then like you put chickpeas, and then you put different sauces. So you can put like mango sauces, you can put like spicy, like hot sauce. Also some people put like cucumber. I judge people who do that, even though I do that sometimes. But yeah, do not I beg of you, if you're going to try doubles, go to the Caribbean, go to Trinidad and Tobago specifically.
Okay.
Try that, because doubles in America is not.
It's not good.
It's there's some places where you can find some really good doubles, but like the best place obviously is going to be back home.
Yeah. So let's go on to our third wing. If you're ready for it.
This is pretty easy so far.
Cheers. Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We can add more jabs if you want.
Yeah, man, I can do this. Is this one?
The next one.
It's actually kicking.
Having an Idris Elba moment. Yeah, this one's starting to hit.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so you're mentioning vegan food, yeah?
Yes.
And from my understanding, you turned vegan 6 months ago.
Yes.
Or also vegetarian before that.
Mm-hmm.
What was your thinking into making that switch as someone who didn't necessarily like grow up in like maybe like a vegetarian household, which I also don't know. If
I
it's true
did
or
not grow up in a vegetarian household by any stretch of the imagination. I ate meat most of my life and never really like think much of it. Whew. Time to take some of this. That helped, yeah. And like, it's weird because like, I came across a YouTube video where this one guy was arguing. He's like an atheist YouTuber, and I was like listening to some of like the arguments, and he was arguing for why we should all go vegan. And I was like, you know what? Let me just give this video a try. I watched the entire video straight through, and I was like, I cannot think of a good counter argument to this. So I was like, does this mean I should go vegan? And I was like, you know, probably like ethically is the right thing, I guess. And also like it'd be better for the environment, but that wasn't the main reason. It was more like an ethics question. And I thought, you know, maybe I should slowly transition. If I just went cold turkey. And just like
turkey.
Yeah. And like stopped eating meat just like that. I don't think I would have lasted very long because like it was ingrained in my dad. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do like 2 days a week where I allow myself to eat meat. And then after doing that for a month, I do 1 day and then no meat, but I still eat fish. And then I slowly did that until I became vegetarian. Should be. Stayed vegetarian for about 2 years, and then I did the same thing to become vegan.
Awesome. Cool. Before we go on, one of the things I was really curious about was just how many languages you speak. So from my understanding, you speak French, Spanish, German, English, potentially more. So
okay, so my native languages are English and Trinidadian English Creole. I learned French and Spanish in high school, and I'm currently learning German, but I'm not very good at it. So I wouldn't say that I speak German yet, but like I know how to say basic things, but like that, yeah.
Gotcha. How do you say "fuck that's hot" in Spanish or French?
Carajo es caliente.
Carajo es caliente. Give me a simpler one.
Carajo.
Carajo.
Es caliente.
Es caliente.
Yeah, it's like fuck, it's hot.
Alright. That can be our safe word.
Yeah.
Carajo es caliente.
Yes, that's a good safe word. I like that.
Right, so if either of us top out, we're gonna say Carrasco es caliente.
Carajo.
Carajo.
Yes.
Alright, Carrasco is like a soccer player.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, let me know on the
Let's
next
go,
one.
let's go, you know.
You wanna go?
Do it.
Cheers.
I feel like this one is going to be a creeper. It's creeping alright.
So Ruel,
Oh yeah.
you're a man of a lot of talents. You speak, a bunch of languages. You do powerlifting, which I'm going to get to in a second. But before that, how many instruments do you actually play?
Okay, so the instruments I would say I'm like really proficient at: piano, steel pan, and bass guitar. But I can like hold a beat on drums, sort of, and I'm learning to play this West African instrument called a kora that I bought when I visited Guinea, West Africa last summer. It's basically like kind of like a mini harp that you kind of rest on your lap,
Yeah.
and you play like so. It's a really fucking
do that
beautiful
again?
instrument. Yeah.
So what does it sound like?
It sounds like a mini harp, but it has like I don't want to say it sounds like a mini harp because I would say a harp sounds like a big kora.
Alright, yeah.
The one I have is made of like nylon strings.
Yeah, I've seen some of your Instagram stories. You play the bass
Yes.
as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like ridiculously well too. Like I'm a sucker for good bass lines, and I feel like I've reacted to a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like, this is insane. You did send me a little snippet, a little sample of what you're going to be releasing.
Yes.
Very soon, and I was wondering if we can just have that in the background and kind of talk about that. And
Sure.
Get to the next portion of our conversation. How's the spice kicking in for you?
It's good. It's actually chill. Like I got this.
You got
I'm
this?
pretty sure I got this. That $10 is mine. Really nice. Whew. Cheers.
Cheers. So, from my understanding, you last summer
Yes.
you went to West Africa to do some research. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, what were you doing in West Africa? Were you doing a lot of music there? Were you just doing studying?
So I went there like not exactly for research, or I guess it can technically be categorized as such. I went there to learn about the music culture of Guinea, West Africa, particular country, West Africa. I was introduced to it from my peer academic advisor here at Princeton, who's from Guinea, and I thought it would be good to try to get funding from Princeton to go learn about the different cultures there, because like being from the Caribbean and being like Afro-Caribbean, my heritage is West African. So a lot of our music in the Caribbean comes from West Africa. So I thought it'd be a good experience to kind of get
Sorry, my
Yeah,
phone is about to die.
so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of like learn about their music and how it relates to my music, learn some of the instruments there, the practices there. And incidentally, I ended up, I was staying with a couple of locals who were like showing me around, making sure I was safe and everything. And one day I played like an instrumental I had made like a couple summers ago. I was just like, hey guys, listen to this like cool thing I made, like it's an instrumental I made for like one of my Instagram videos. And they just started like singing over it, like in their native language, which was Susu. And I was like, I don't understand what the fuck they're saying, but it's suiting the music very well. And I was like, okay, I need to record something. So on the last day, before I left, we were in the house that they had for me. It was like raining. We were recording when it wasn't raining because of the noise or whatever. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We were all there. We were all like high and just like vibing and enjoying the music. And we recorded a song. And I was like, yeah. And then I started working on it. And I finally have like a final version. And it's going to be coming out in about a month's time. That was definitely like an interesting experience. Like I learned a little bit of Susu. Not a lot. Like I know how to say to say like hi, what's up? You say like Anadi.
Anadi.
Nice, yeah. And then like you say, so someone is like Anadi Ruel. Amuna Kyoki, which means like I'm cool, everything is good. And the language is like really beautiful. So you ready for the last one?
Yeah. Before we get into that,
Yeah.
have you heard of the phrase "ain't no problem when I'm the equation"?
I have not heard of that. Where is that from?
That's actually from your TikTok that got 9.7 million views.
Oh wow.
And I'm pretty sure that's one of your
Oh
songs.
no, that's yeah, one of the lyrics from Nico. Yeah. Yes,
So,
okay. Out
so
of
before we
context,
have more problems.
Ain't no problem when I'm not. Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, I forgot the safe word, but oh, bro.
Woo!
I just want to.
That one was hot. Okay. Fuck.
All right, let's get into powerlifting. So, the first couple days I met Ruel actually was we were roommates on a trip to San Francisco, right?
Yes, you were.
And this man works out every morning, like just doing push-ups in the morning. Like, we went to get groceries one day, and you were doing lat raises.
That was me being an obnoxious gym bro. Oh my god. Mais putain, c'est chaud ça. That's French. That's not the safe word.
I see. I'm gonna reach out to a French friend and see what that means.
Okay, yeah. So, ironically, I did that because I was on like a powerlifting program, but I still am. With my coach from back home, his name is Caleb. He's like a national champion powerlifter from where we're from. Very, very talented guy. And because we were on a trip, like I couldn't go to the gym often to like lift weights, so I was like just give what the fuck, that one is way hotter than the rest. So I was like, just give me some things I can do at home just so like I still like maintain my strength. But yeah, powerlifting is a thing I got into very recently. I used to go to the gym on and off a couple of years ago. I'm like, I want to be more consistent. And when I was
God bless you.
yeah, when I was in my study abroad, in London last semester, it was a lot less academic pressure than Princeton. So I had more time to go to the gym, so I started to be more consistent. And then I kind of naturally went into powerlifting because I would ask him, like, as a friend, like, hey, is my form good on deadlifts, that kind of stuff. And he would help me. And eventually he became my coach. Powerlifting is something I see myself doing long term.
Yeah.
As like an athletic outlet. Because I used to play football, aka soccer, when I was young, back in secondary school. You're a Man U fan, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, they're my brother.
What?
My brother's a Man U fan.
Yeah.
Anyway, get distracted there. This pepper has me. But yeah, I used to play like football when I was younger, and I kind of stopped to focus on music. And I didn't really love football as much as I love music. But I'm gaining a love for powerlifting, and I'm learning how to balance it with my passions. I should just keep this in my hand. You play soccer. The pepper has me saying soccer. I vowed I'd never do such a thing. You play football, right?
Yeah, I do play soccer. Or football. I don't really care how people say it. I feel like both sides have a case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either. I do, but I also don't. It's weird.
Yeah, I do play football. I do want to get into it more when I get older.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the odd like pipe dreams I have is to like when I'm like 40, maybe 50, get into like coaching. And like maybe coach my kids, but like ideally like
Project
do more
Mbappe.
than that. Dude, Project Mbappe would be insane. Unfortunately, I don't have the genes for that.
Bro,
so, like, I need to marry an athlete. Like do like a Yao Ming project, like only half play. But yeah, Korean Mbappe, or maybe half Korean Mbappe at least. Like
Project Sun.
That'd be Project Sun. There we go. Well, while this is kind of like killing us right now,
Yeah.
how about we talk about your life views a little bit?
Yeah. Sure.
Something that a lot of our friends and mutual friends have been telling us is, over the past couple of years, you've had, kind of a wild journey in terms of how you view life and,
Yes.
how you see your place in the world. And I was just wondering, however much you want to talk about that, but I was wondering if I can tickle your brain a little bit.
Sure. So thank you so very much. This is greatly appreciated. This is also really good. Like I need to actually take a picture of this brand.
Banana milk?
But banana soy milk.
Good?
Yeah.
You want more?
No,
you want some
but
of this?
whatever this Marusan sponsor us.
I grew up Christian. My dad is actually a pastor, and that's where I learned to play music. Actually, I was in church and I used to see all of the musicians just kind of vibing out every Sunday, and like they would play with such like passion and emotion. Like I wanted to be a part of that, and that's why I began like teaching myself how to play the keyboards. And grew up in church, whatever. Never really questioned anything about like okay, I'll just let Siri shut up for a second. And I never really questioned like my religious views a lot until like I was around 16 and I started like listening to different feedbacks. Different feedbacks. Wow, this pepper still has me in shambles.
My teeth is tingling.
Yeah, so I would like listen to different viewpoints on religion and religious views. Listen to viewpoints from Christians and atheists alike. And with time, I began to get like disillusioned with religion. It's sort of like strict adherence to like a certain text and believing that, you know, like everything in life is like carved out for you and everything has like an inherent meaning and an inherent purpose. With time I found myself I don't want to say growing out of that, because I don't think that's like an infantile view to have. I think it's perfectly okay to think that, you know, like life has inherent meaning.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I don't think it does, and I grew out of that sort of mindset. And now I kind of have a mindset where it's like, you know, whatever is the purpose for this universe, whatever reason we're here, if we know it or we don't, like, what I know now is that I am a conscious human being in this body on earth, and I have gifts, I have talents, I have passions, and I want to follow that because it makes me happy, and I know that through my passions I can make other people happy.
Yeah, and you know, just having even been your roommate, like, I know that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the best things I think about you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Whew.
But yeah, glad you enjoyed the wings.
Thank you for having me. They were really delicious. That last one was a kicker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's called the Apollo sauce.
Oh, Paulo. It took me to the fucking moon, that's for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you again for having me so much.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on,
much
Ariel.
for having me. I flipped that sentence. I don't know why.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic, so thank you so much.
Ooh, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I will. Here's your prize. It's all yours.